Great. So can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. So my name is Haley Haywood, and I'm the Director of Multicultural and First Generation Student Support. And I've been working with Mosaic, a bunch of the different collectives that have come together to form Mosaic, which is the Reclaim Dana Commons movement, mostly working with Jeremy Doss, working with Corey Bisbee, who had this idea through his involvement as part of the student council to want to bring groups together, and then the students in your class who wanted to bring together groups to create cultural bridges.
My name is Courtney Thomas. I'm the president of the Black Student Union. I'm also a resident advisor.
Hi, my name is Mateus, and I'm the president of LASSO. My name is Josh. I'm publicity chair for LASSO.
I definitely think there is a divide, more so that I think now, because there's kind of a difference between, I think, I'm being honest here, international students and domestic students at Clark. So it seems as if that international students might not understand a lot of the issues that domestic students are going through, and they find themselves more kind of connected to their country and culture and less involved in groups like BSU. So we've had students who maybe are international students who find themselves more involved in the Caribbean African Student Association and less involved in the Black Student Union, even though we're all brothers and sisters. So I think that divide definitely does exist.
A lot of the groups are just segregated. They're not really willing to mix or do like two clubs combined doing a bigger event. It's more like, oh, I have my group and you have your group. And I think that's something we need to work on as as we're trying to bring these cultural clubs together. And with this movement, the Mosaic, I don't know if you're familiar with, which is a coalition of different cultural clubs coming together to put on events.
Mosaic stands for Multicultural Organizations for Student Activities, Involvement, and Community. And it's a collective of student organizations coming together to strategize, to be intentional about collaboration, mutual support of each other's events, and to help be more of a collective voice for underrepresented students on campus.
I definitely agree. I think the culture clubs here they're making an initiative to try to make a well-integrated cultural diversity community here at Clark, and I just from hearing from what Mosaic's intention is, it's very interesting, and I think it's a good move for Clark to sort of get a more integrated cultural community here. So yeah, totally.
I think it's easy to get into silos when you're so focused on a goal and you're really passionate. So sometimes thinking intentionally about other people who might have similar objectives and goals is an afterthought. So I think this is allowing people to place collaboration at the forefront and to think collectively about resources and power and the power of solidarity, so that it's a little bit more, the opportunity to collaborate is a little bit more visible on campus.
And I think it's also important to notice that most of the support too is usually it's initiated by students and not the administration. Like for example, the whole coalition of different cultural clubs, it was not done by the administration. It was students coming together and putting something. So I think that's a sign that shows that the administration doesn't care as much. It's more on the students to decide if this is something they want to do.
Well, I'm not in charge, so my goals are to support the students and what they want to see come from Mosaic. As someone who's been here as an alum and seeing, we used to have an intercultural council, and the groups would come together to do an annual multicultural dinner, and there was an annual retreat where the groups would go away for a weekend and focus on our goals and just get to know one another, because I think that's a really important part of leadership that sometimes gets lost in translation, is who are we and why are we here and what are we seeking to do personally, but also as part of something larger than ourselves. So I think having spaces to create more training, provide more intentional leadership coaching to student leaders who often get thrown into positions but aren't really provided with the resources and coaching to navigate those positions and all they entail. And to be able to just build a stronger, more visible community on campus.
I don't know how this is gonna go or how, but like as president last time, I'm gonna try to do like this year with the other president, like we try to do more events, more collaboration with different clubs. Like we did one with Casa, so like we want to do more of those as well, and then try to like reach out to other clubs. But some of the other clubs sometimes they're not willing to do sort of thing. But that's sort of like the initiative we're gonna try to do next year.
Absolutely.
I think that I'm glad to hear that Clark is taking diversity seriously, because I think that oftentimes we get caught up in, we have so many different people from so many different countries, but are they actually interacting with each other? Are they actually supporting each other? Are they actually connecting with each other? And I think this is the first year that I'm seeing people actually start to question what it means to be diverse at Clark, and to actually try to create a real diversity here on campus.